Higgsfield just announced they are giving every new user a full 24 hours of unlimited access to its top image, video, and audio models for free, including Seedance 2.0. So I want to show you how you can access this free deal and how to make the most of those 24 hours. We'll use this to create images, animate them, generate videos, do voiceovers, and see what unlimited actually means. To get started, click the link in the description down below. Now, full disclosure, Higgsfield is sponsoring this video, but like I said in the intro, you're going to be able to use this completely for free, so you might as well try it out while this deal is available. It's only going to be available for the next couple of days though, through July 31st at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you sign up now so you can take full advantage of this while you still can. And just so we're all on the same page about this, it's only free for 1 day. It's not permanent unlimited access, but it will give you at least enough time for an entire day to see if you like it. So again, I'll put my link at the very top of the description and in the pinned comment. Make sure you sign up using that link on the actual Higgsfield AI website. They don't have a mobile app, so if you see any apps that look like they're from Higgsfield, they are not affiliated, so avoid them. All right, now once you open that link, create a new account. You can do that by clicking on the top right here where it says sign up. You can see you can sign up with Google, with Apple, with Microsoft, or with your email. So go ahead and sign up for an account. And then once you do, your dashboard is going to look like this. And now your 24-hour window is running. Let's start by creating an image, and we'll compare the image across different models. Then we'll animate the best version with Seedance 2.0, which is one of the best video generation models right now. Pretty unbelievable that Higgsfield is giving us access to it for free. So we'll do that with an original project called The Last Greenhouse. It's a simple sci-fi concept about a lone diver who finds a glowing greenhouse at the bottom of the ocean. So to get started with that, you'll hover over the top left here where it says image and then click on create image. Down here is where you can prompt Higgsfield and put in the text about what you want your image to look like. And then here is where you can select the image generation model. We're going to run through a few of these. I want to compare them to see which one gives us the best results because this first image is really important. It's really going to define the look of the rest of the project. So we'll start with the prompt. This is the prompt I put together right here. A cinematic wide shot of a small glass greenhouse resting on the ocean floor at night, filled with warm bioluminescent plants. A lone deep sea diver approaches through dark blue water, shining a narrow flashlight towards the glass. Original science fiction concept, realistic underwater particles, dramatic scale, mysterious but beautiful, no text, no logos, no recognizable characters. Now for the aspect ratio, because we're going to be turning this into a video, I'm going to make this 16:9. And then for the quality, I'm going to leave this on 1K. I could bump this up to 4K if I wanted to, but for this initial process, I think 1K is more than fine. You can also choose how many image generations you want to create, up to 4. We'll just leave it on 1 because we are going to be running this multiple times with different models. And then finally, we will select the image generation model. So I'm going to start with Nano Banana Pro, and we'll click on generate. So here's what Nano Banana Pro generated for us. I think it looks pretty good. I particularly really like the scuba diver over here on the right. It's pretty old school looking, although I don't like that the light is coming out of his face. I wanted him to be holding a flashlight. And then the greenhouse looks pretty good as well. But before we start playing around with the prompt and changing it, let's just try a different model. So here on the model picker, I will select Seedance 5.0 Pro, and I'll make sure that the other settings are the same, and we'll generate that one. And while that's running, let's just run the other generations as well. So I will do Nano Banana 2 with these same settings, 16:9, and I will also do GPT Image 2, and we'll generate that one. So before that's even finished, the Seedance one is complete. We can see that over here. Let me click on this so I can see it a little better. It's the same thing. Well, this one, it's hard to tell where the light's coming from. I think it looks a little bit more natural, and I actually like this greenhouse a lot better than the one that was generated from Nano Banana 2. And also the scale of it is quite nice. So, I mean, Nano Banana Pro. So if we look at Nano Banana Pro, the scale is fine, but it just doesn't look as nice as this one. This one for me is the winner so far. We can also look at the next one is already ready. This is Nano Banana 2. I also quite like that one. This one has like a nice mysterious look to it with these glowing mushrooms in there, but still I think Seedance 5.0 is closer to what I'm looking for. And then finally, this is GPT Image 2. And gosh, I really like the way that one came out. I love that sort of some of these glowing plants kind of are scattered around the greenhouse. That looks really cool. And I'm actually having a hard time deciding which one I like better. I really like this Seedance 5.0 and how kind of sort of dark and mysterious it is, but I like the look of this greenhouse better. So I think we're gonna stick with GPT Image 2. This is our winning shot. And this is why having unlimited generations with so many different models available is so nice, because how often do we get the chance to compare all of these different image generation models side by side on the same dashboard to ensure that you have the image exactly the way that you want? So let's turn this into a video now. Now, we generated this using GPT Image 2, which is normally something you can access inside of ChatGPT, but what you can't do inside of ChatGPT is generate videos. And this is another reason I really like Higgsfield, is because we can take this really amazing image generation tool, Image 2, and use it to create videos all from within the same platform. All you have to do now is click right here where it says turn to video. And over here on the left, you can see it automatically populated that image as the start frame. Here is where you can put in the text prompt. So I'll tell it I want a slow cinematic camera push towards the greenhouse. The diver drifts naturally forward and sweeps the flashlight across the glass. Bioluminescent plants move gently inside. Fine bubbles and underwater particles pass the camera. Keep the greenhouse design and diver consistent, no text or logos. And here's what's really cool. You can select whatever video generation model you want to use. So I want to select for this one Seedance 2.0. So even though we generated the image using an OpenAI model, you could, for instance, use a Gemini model for video generation, or Seedance 2.0 in this case. So I'll select that one. It looks like I have to upload the media again, so let me just go ahead and click on that. Click on image generation and select that image. So it's now there. Then down here, you can choose the duration. I'll leave it on 8 seconds. That should be enough time. And you can select the aspect ratio. You always want this to match the aspect ratio of the image, which is 16:9. You can also choose the resolution. I'll leave it on 1080p, and we'll click on generate. Now, while that is generating, because it can take a few minutes, let's not waste any time. We'll do the same thing we did before and start another generation using another model. So on the model selector, this time I will select Gemini Omni Flash, and we can see we still have the image here. We still have the same prompt, the same duration. All I have to change is the aspect ratio is the same, 16:9. So all I have to do is click on generate, and it's now generating using another model. And let's try one more. For this one, Seedance 2.0 Fast, and we'll select the same image, come over to image generations. And what's cool about Higgsfield is that everything is saved. So I don't have to download an image onto my computer and then upload it in here. Because I already generated the images inside of Higgsfield, when I come over to upload media, I can see all of them here. I'll select this one, of course, and then we have the same prompt. We have the model. Everything here looks good, and we'll generate that one. So it looks like the Omni video is now finished before the Seedance 2. So let's watch this one. Gosh, I really love the way that came out. That looks really, really nice to me. All the movements look super nice. The way the scuba diver is moving. Look at the way the light reflects off the glass. And I particularly love the bubbles as they're kind of coming out of this greenhouse, coming out of his regulator here, the scuba diver. This one is going to be hard to beat. I really love the way this looks, even the fish in the background. It looks really nice. Okay, the other two videos are now finished. So let's start with Seedance 2.0 Fast. And then we'll look at the regular Seedance 2.0. That looks really, really sharp. Like, I am so shocked how sharp that looks. Comparing the two of these, the Omni one versus Seedance 2.0 Fast, I'm having trouble deciding which one I like better. I originally really liked this Omni one because of some of the like reflections and sort of those little nuances to it that are just so nice. But this one, gosh, it just looks so sharp. And actually the scuba diver is moving a lot more naturally through the water than he is in this Omni shot, where it seems like he's moving a little bit too fast to me. But let's look at the Seedance 2 version. And that one also looks really nice. Honestly, I don't know if I really see a huge difference between this version and the fast version. Let me just look at this one more time, the fast version. I actually think I like the fast one more. It has more bubbles, which I think look really cool compared to the regular 2.0. This one feels a little bit slower to me. And just the way the camera's sort of going a little bit too high for my liking. Like, it's definitely not bad. Like, they're all really good, but I just really like this one. For me, I think this one is the winner, even though it's a slightly lower resolution. And that's what's great about this. Like, that is such a surprise to me. I thought Omni would win, or maybe Seedance 2. I didn't think I would like 2.0 Fast the best. But that's what's great about Higgsfield and having unlimited. You can just run this through a bunch of different models and you might be surprised at the results, like I was right here. Let's generate another shot of our little film that we're putting together. This time we'll be inside the greenhouse, and we're not going to use an image for this one. We're just going to start with a text prompt. So I'm going to get rid of the image here. And for the model, I'm going to leave it on 2.0 Fast because I was so happy with that. But I'll also try it with regular 2.0. And the prompt will be this. I'll tell it an inside shot of the underwater glass greenhouse at night. Warm bioluminescent plants sway gently as blue ocean water presses against the window. A diver's shadow passes outside the glass, and a flashlight beam moves across the room. Cinematic suspense, original sci-fi setting, natural motion, no text, no logos, no recognizable characters. We'll again use 2.0 Fast. 8 seconds, we'll have the 16:9. Let's generate that one. And while that's generating, I'll switch it over to regular Seedance 2.0 and we'll put the resolution up to 1080p and generate that one at the same time. Okay, so both the video generations are now finished. Let's start by looking at the one by Seedance 2.0 Fast. That's pretty cool. It kind of feels more like a farm in there, like they're harvesting whatever these plants are. Doesn't quite feel as wild as what I would have liked, but I didn't put that into the prompt. Let's see if Seedance 2.0 did a little differently. You can already tell, right? This feels a little bit more wild, sort of that look I'm going for. Ooh, yeah. That looks really cool. I really like the look of that one a lot better. So that's pretty neat, pretty interesting that for the original outside shot, I liked Seedance 2.0 Fast better, but for the inside shot, I really liked Seedance 2 better. So it's cool you can kind of mix and match them with Higgsfield. Now, I sort of want to turn this into a trailer, and for that, we need a voiceover. So I'm going to come over to the top here where it says audio and then click on voiceover. And in here, I will paste in what I want the voice to say. They built it to grow food, then it started growing something else. I'm keeping it intentionally pretty short for now. We can always add more voiceover later. Right here is where you can select the audio generation model. We'll leave it on 11v3, and then you can select the voice right here. There's a lot of different choices, so let me find a good one.
True distinction is never shouted.
I think we nailed it on the first take, on the first try. So that's the perfect voiceover. And then I'll click on generate. All right, that was pretty fast. Let's listen to it.
They built it to grow food. Then it started growing something else.
I rather like that, but let's try a different model. We'll try Seed Audio 1.0 and we'll choose a voice for this one.
The shadows have a language of their own.
That could work. Let's try Vlad. All right, it's ready. Let's give it a listen.
They built it to grow food. Then it started growing something else.
I think it's a little bit too dramatic for me, so I think I like this one better.
They built it to grow food. Then it...
That one sounds a little bit too friendly though. So let me play around. Let me see if I could find another one. I'll switch back to 11. All right, I might have gotten it with this one.
They built it to grow food. Then it started growing something else.
All right, that's the winner right there. So this is what we've done so far. We generated some images using several different image generation models until we found one that absolutely hit it and was the perfect look for the video that we wanted to create. Then we turned it into a video. And again, we ran this through several different models until we found one that kind of surprised us, but was the best one of the bunch. And then we created a second scene for our short trailer and even a voiceover. And that's what I love about having these opportunities like this and deals like this where you get an entire day. You know, just go into Higgsfield and play around and have fun. Don't overthink it. Just start generating a bunch of images, a bunch of videos, and seeing which models you like and which ones are giving you the outputs that you really love. And that way, once this deal expires and your 24 hours runs up, you know exactly which models you should be using for the types of projects that you're working on. And you didn't have to waste your credits that you paid for with figuring all that out because you got to try it out for 24 hours for free. If you want to take advantage of this free 24 hours, use the link at the top of the description or in the pinned comment. The campaign is available from July 28th at 9 a.m. Eastern through July 31st at 9 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you sign up during that window to grab the deal. And if you make something cool during your free day, let me know in the comments section down below. I'm always curious what other people are making. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching and for checking out Higgsfield, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.